on, Halos family? Today I am going to make, or show you how to make, dry beans in your pressure cooker. I don't know, people get really weird when it comes to making dry beans. I don't know if it's because most people, like when you make them, you have to put them on the stove for 2.5 to 3 hours, usually is how long they take. And who has that kind of time just to like sit by the stove and make sure that they like don't boil over and that they stay to like a low boil. So I make mine in a pressure cooker, and honestly it takes like about an hour, but I can walk away from it and nothing will happen. They will just sit in there and cook, and then when they're done, it lets all the pressure out and it just keeps them warm. So it's kind of the best of both worlds. But let me show you what I buy at Costco. Here's the bag of pinto beans that I buy at Costco. It's 10 pounds. I think it's like $3.69, $3.89. Probably varies from store to store, but this is what I buy there. And it's a lot cheaper than if you buy it at like the normal grocery store. Here are my pinto beans. I did soak mine because I did plan on these for dinner tonight, so I did actually think about it and soak them ahead of time. Now my pressure cooker, I don't have a big fancy one. I think my mom spent like, she got it for me for Christmas one year. It was like $99. She bought it at Kohl's, and it's been like, I mean, it's worked great. I've never had a problem. I've made soup in it. I've made chili in it. I've made chicken in it. I make dry beans the majority of the time. I make dry beans in it, and I make like chicken stock in it. And that's by far pretty much what I use it for. So anyway, let's show you how I make pinto beans. So I filled up mine. Mine has lines on the inside that shows how many cups of water in here. Now I usually do 12 to 14 cups. I'm only gonna do 12 today because my beans are already soaked. If my beans were not soaked, I would have done 14 to 16 cups of water. You know, when you cook beans, they absorb a lot of water. And so you wanna make sure you have enough water in your pressure cooker. So I'm just gonna go ahead and just dump these in, just like this. Woo, there we go. And my pressure cooker says for me to add a little bit of oil. I'm not sure if that's everybody. I just kind of do one of these. And then I can tell you though that I have not put the oil in before, and my kitchen was a mess. I guess like the oil helps the beans from I guess creating a lot of foam and stuff, and so it was coming out the sides of my pressure cooker and out of like the steam spout that releases all the pressure, and there was water everywhere. It was like all over the walls. So now I never forget to add a little bit of oil to it. I only do like maybe a couple teaspoons, maybe like 2 teaspoons or so, maybe 3. You just need a very tiny amount. So anyway, beans are in there. You don't even have to mix them around or anything. Go ahead and put my lid on. And then on mine over here, I just turn mine to pressure so it doesn't release the pressure. There we go. Right there. And then I go ahead and do menu. I do high pressure, and I do mine for about 35 minutes or so. A little bit longer if my beans are not soaked. So I'm gonna just do 35 today. And hit start. And that's pretty much all there is to it. And I'll come back in 35 minutes. I'll show you what they look like. And then I'm gonna make mine into a refried bean tonight to go with some enchiladas that we're making. And I'll show you how I make those. And it's super simple and easy instead of buying canned ones. So we'll see you guys in a bit. All right, Halos family, so our beans are done. They are just keeping warm. It took about an hour or so, but I did have to let kind of the steam out. Just turn the thing so the pressure came out a little bit faster. But let me show you what they look like. And just take the lid off. Ooh, lots of steam. So there they are. Let me see if I can find a spoon. Yep, there they are. Woo, sorry, it got all steamy on my camera. There we go. Sorry, guys. I got super... Hang on, let me clean it. There we go. So there's our beans right there. So now what I'm gonna do, you can either leave them like that and just drain out a ton of the liquid and just leave a little bit in the bottom. You can put them in your fridge. They'll last up to 5 to 7 days if you choose to use them on a salad or anything. But I'm actually gonna drain almost all my liquid out, and then I'm gonna use my immersion blender, if you don't know what that is. This is a immersion blender. You just stick it in. It's good for soups and stuff. It's got like a little blade at the end. I use those to make my refried beans and, you know, kind of puree them instead of buying canned refried beans. So let me go ahead and pour the liquid out, and then I will show you. Actually, I'm going to give the camera to Haley, and she is going to hold it while I do this because this is a two-hand job. Now, if you do want to make refried beans and you're nervous about dumping the liquid out, I've done it so many times I can just kind of eyeball how much liquid I need at the bottom. If you're nervous, dump the liquid out, but have a bowl underneath like your colander so it catches the liquid, and then you can add some water back in if you're a little bit unsure. But as you're going to see, I'm going to dump almost all my liquid out. I don't want to toss all my beans. There we go. So I don't know if you guys can see, there's very little liquid at the bottom. If you keep too much liquid in, you guys are going to end up with more like soup. Just to put it that way, you're just going to have like soup. But if they're too thick, that's okay. It's just going to be like refried beans out of a can. So I'm going to start blending these, and then I'll show you. I kind of tilt it like this and just stick it in there. I know it looks watery, but it's not. Dump a little bit more liquid out because there's still just a little bit too much in there. There we go. Can you see Haley, or did I screw up here?
No, it's fine.
Okay, so back to blending here.
I just wanted to catch you doing this stuff. I'm also going to add just a little bit of avocado oil. You guys can use coconut oil or olive oil. Just makes them just a little fatty. Gives it a little bit of a good taste to it, especially the coconut oil if you guys have coconut oil. Alright guys, beans are done. I'll let you see what they look like. So, there's refried beans, right there. I have not salted these. These are, I always salt mine at the very, very end. I just want to show you like the consistency of them. Now, when you put them in the fridge, they will harden up. So, don't think that they're going to stay all runny like this the whole time. That's just because they're super hot. When you put them in the fridge, they'll harden up. Just like canned refried beans would. And that's all there is to it. Now this was a whole pound. I did use a whole pound of it. When I made the beans, it was 2 cups of pinto beans. And so I use whatever I need for tonight, and then I put the rest in the fridge, and we use them for quesadillas or whatever we need for the rest of the week. So anyway guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. We will see you guys next time. Talk to you later. Bye!